TK here.
We're in Pharaoh, Kenny actually, and Enable for Team Kaliber.
Oh, and Epsilon decided to play TK on Forest. All right, let's see how this one goes, Phil.
Joe, I'm going to ask you straight away.
Right.
Whilst this game's in the background, you say Epsilon decided to play TK on Forest. Sounded a little sarcastic there in your voice. Is there a reason?
Yeah, TK's really good at Forest. They have been since the start of the game, mainly due to this guy and Kenny. That sort of duo. Kenny is so good with the submachine gun. I mean, he just knows how to really go around the map with a sub in ways that other players don't. Then you have a guy like Accuracy watching over him. But not a bad start for Epsilon. As you can see, they have Dave on the hill right now. But it's just a matter of time before TK, they start to wake up and get things going. Then alongside Accuracy, you're going to have Enable running that second AR. On the side of Epsilon, it'll be Reedy and Hockey. But a good start for Epsilon.
Good start as they rake in 15 points, but TK looking like they're going to be rotating early. Wow, okay, Dave's just going to strip Kenny of accuracy of anything there. And this is just what Epsilon need. Maybe a bit of confidence going into the first hard point, but I want to bring up a topic, obviously. Every time I watch Epsilon on map 1, Joe, it goes pretty much 100 to 100.
And yeah.
And then like 250 to 107. Like, it just goes really, really bad, like the second rotation. I don't know if it's just, you know, they lose a few gunfights, they tilt easily, or it's the opposing team. Are they just the ones heating up?
Well, I think a lot of the times what happens for players is if the breaks go well, if you sort of get into a rhythm, like players know where they need to be when it happens, you know, where they need to rotate. And if they're winning all those gunfights, the game just becomes easier. And they recognize those situations again and again and again. Then when you get to tied, it's sort of, yeah, maybe those teams just sort of step it up. They spawn out. They're just in sort of unfamiliar situations, which by now you'd think they'd be pretty familiar with them. But, I mean, yeah, it's just a lot tougher. You put yourself in a spot where you have to use that teamwork, and maybe Epsilon just doesn't have it. But important to note, Epsilon, they're going to try and push through this ruins, but you already have Team Kaliber set up at bunker. Yeah,
Kenny starting to heat up. Enable 1 and 4. Not the best of starts, but doesn't really matter right now. Kenny and the boys are in the lead just by 10 points, but this is where you can really get a lot of the points, what they will call the money hill, of course.
A great play right there by Pharaoh. Yeah, he just camps that corner by Bell. The Epsilon players, they were trying to push through and get the back spawn, and great job by them, but Pharaoh played a very sneaky corner. And that's it. I mean, TK, they just have those so close spawns where they just, look how quickly those reinforcements come in. Epsilon, they're spawning towards back cabin.
Okay, so TK will retain the bunker here. There's 30 seconds left. Hawkey's going to try and peek maybe through that window here, but not going to come to anything just yet. He's going round the back. We'll find him, but Accuracy deals with that one with ease. And we're heading to the East Road shortly. It looks like Pharaoh working towards some streaks as he's currently on a 5 himself. Hawkey tagged up. Doesn't find the kill just yet, though.
Yeah, we'll see. You can see Epsilon, they do have early cabin control. That is a positive. You definitely want to control that. I mean, for a very long time, especially sort of the first half of this game, this hill was sort of used as to, hey, control cabin. If we can get some streaks off of it, that'll help us towards the next rotation, because it's just so hard to get time on East Road, just due to how easy it is to get naded. Again, back and forth. Teams may, you know, dive in there, get a few seconds, but it's really about the guys. Can you go on a streak? Can you control cabin, get set up for cave? East Road is definitely a tough one.
Most certainly is, and a team which is very strong at just retaining kind of that cabin wall is TK. Right now, it's in control of Epsilon. As we do see Reedy with the drop shot here, but Trade's going down. Kenny going back and forth here as Accuracy does fall. And Epsilon, again, keeping control of it for now. So a strong showing here on East Road, but with 20 seconds left. TK starting to bite back. Enable doubling his score there with a double kill at 4 and 12. Not what you want to see.
Not a good start.
Again, it's a worry because Pharaoh, Kenny, actually, yeah, they're all putting numbers on. As soon as Enable kind of steps it up, it's just going to get worse for Epsilon. You know, just stating the obvious, but you know, Epsilon, this is maybe where they should have really taken advantage of a poor start, such as Enable.
Yeah, and there we go. Enable starting to heat up as he finds 2. Epsilon, they do have early control of cave. Now, this is tough. TK, they have to push through both of the alleys, which is so difficult. And there we go. Reedy, he saw 2 players were stunned. Able to find the second behind that rock. Can he find the third? That player is on him. That's Kenny. Kenny's trying to find the angle. He's able to get it, and that actually spawned TK towards back bunker. And Epsilon, they just weren't aware of it due to the positioning of Reedy. And just like that, cave goes over to TK.
Yeah, and Kenny, a very big influencer of that. He picks up 2. He finds himself now on a 3-kill streak, 17 and 12, 29 interactions, leading by a little bit here for TK, but that's pretty standard for these boys now.
And to me, like, there's 30 seconds left on cave. Epsilon get 4 dead. you have to be aware of where TK can spawn. That's a 60-point swing. This could have been a 100 to an 80-point game where you're saying Epsilon is right back in this. They've rotated to Ruins. Instead, it's not. Now it's 80 points, and this is where things get a bit out of hand.
And you start to think, you know, there's no streaks for TK, to my knowledge anyway, but this is where Epsilon should be able to gain some points back. Here, by Ruins, they've got the positioning. Reedy's pushed up. This is a beautiful spot here as he does take down Kenny again, and Vortex towards the middle, picking up some kills as well. So maybe the start of a little bit of a comeback. 40 seconds remain. Can Epsilon push TK back?
Right, they need to be aware, right? There's Hockey. They weren't aware that, well, TK, they were spawning back bridge, and the same thing happened. Like, you have to... I'm not sure if the guys spawning aren't calling out, because the guys spawning should say, hey, I spawned Fire Alley, you're getting pinched from both ways. I know that, right? I've played a ton of ranked play. I just know that from those situations, that should be simple communication between these guys. That's just not happening, and TK is able to break these hills.
And look at this, Pharaoh already on a bit of a streak himself. He's taking out the anchor for Epsilon, going onto the rotation. This is where you just favor the TK to build upon this lead. It's going to become 100 points very, very shortly. Enable, he has started to heat up. He's now 11 and 16. Yes, still negative, but starting to change that game around. Kenny, big kill here. That's all he's going to find, but he's tagging up player by player. Another kill here for accuracy.
Yeah, accuracy, once again, just trying to control the front, trying to cut off the reinforcements for Epsilon. Epsilon doing a pretty solid job just contesting this hill, but there we go, enabling Kenny. They find a couple of kills. Look at Kenny, 26 and 16, having a great game with that submachine gun. And you can see, you have Vortex at -5. You have, you know, Dave at -8. He's the reason why. Like, he is just controlling this game with his sub.
Yeah, a really, really strong performance. Kenny, obviously, one of the best in the world, without a doubt. He came in, obviously, at the start of World War II, asserted his dominance with back-to-back wins for TK, and you know what, they've been chasing obviously another title for a while now. The rosters have changed a little bit, obviously the addition of Method, the addition now of Pharaoh and Enable, but TK, they look pretty strong here. You know, going up against Epsilon, maybe not their biggest challenge, shall we say, but TK putting on a performance now, leading by 120 points.
Yeah, and just what we expected when we got to Ardent Forest. Like, this is just TK's best map. It has been for a very long time. Now I'm gonna ask you, Phil. You know, we're on week 2. You know, we've had, what, 3 or 4 games for Epsilon. When is the time now, because you have Dave who's -4.
Yeah.
When's the time now for Dave to go back to an AR? Because I felt like Dave was one of the best ARs. You know, last year he was one of the best in the world. This year, when he did go back to an AR, they were at least winning maps, and it just seems like, yes, Hockey's been performing pretty well, but nobody's been having like a star performance that you would see from Dave from time to time.
I think it's only a matter of time, if I'm being completely honest. They miss the slaying power. They miss it.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, Dave can win games on his own sometimes when he's got, you know, a 40 bomb with an assault rifle, but it's all about, you know, that kind of team chemistry. If they feel more comfortable right now, so be it, but it's not resulting in victories. And yes, they're in probably the hardest division we've ever seen, and you've got to respect that. You've got to think, you know, if Epsilon were in Division B with the likes of Tainted Minds and Mind Freak and Unilad, would they be 0 and 4-0-5? You know, maybe at the bottom, but might have pick up a couple of map wins or even a series. It's really, really tough.
Yeah.
They are a very, very heavy underdog, but I agree. Going back to the original point, I think Dave with the assault rifle is a much better fit for Epsilon.
No, agreed. I mean, if you just look at the subs on Epsilon, you have Dave who -9, you have Vortex -10. The consistency with the submachine guns just hasn't been there. And honestly, it hasn't been there all year long for Epsilon. But, I mean, they did fight back a little bit. They do have control of Cave. They got over that 100-point mark. But TK, they still are in very much control of this game as we're going to head over to Ruins. They just need 34 more points to close out Game 1.
And, of course, we know, like, yes, it's very hard for a sub on Ardent Forest to go up against the likes of, you know, Accuracy and Enable, you know, who's now really picked it up. But it's hard, but it's something that, you know, you can't be going -10. You kind of, yes, you might be -4 as a sub, and your assault rifle might be +4, but it's just not there for Epsilon. Something isn't clicking, and yeah, it's probably not going to change this series, but I'd love to see them try make adjustments, really watch back over the VODs, and if you can't outshoot your opponent, try and outsmart them. Try and just do something. Have some crazy S&D strats. We'll, of course, have to wait and see if anything does get pulled out the bag, but right now, Epsilon about to break 150.
Yeah, this is a very solid hold. They were able to break TK. They went from Cave. They got to scrap time, and they've been holding Ruins for a good amount of time. So, Epsilon, they brought it back while we were ranting about them. they're able to mount a comeback a little bit. And then you look at that mini map. You have number 8 already rotated. That's Hockey. He's set up in a very good spot. They're going to get bunker control for the first time. The first 2 times were controlled by TK. Now it is Epsilon's shot.
Okay, well, TK have been very good at punching a hole in Epsilon's defense. Let's see if they can hold this here. They've got the spawns, like you said, Joe. Everything is in their hands. You've got Reedy right at the back. He's going to be looking to take out accuracy shortly. Vortex is tracking back now. And there you go. Perfect play. Fire cut is going to be Pharaoh with a nice shot here, but still, Epsilon in control.
No, they are. There's just a very good job. Great teamwork to work that guy in the back. Now, what did 2K do? Do they have any smokes, or they shouldn't push it? Looks like they're going to attack from Fire Alley. There's that smoke grenade to let them push up. And there's the subs. Pharaoh and Kenny, they get a kill. Last player left is Dave inside this hill. Pulls out the pistol. He gets taken down. But the reinforcements are going to be faster for Epsilon. But accuracy, he's able to find to it. That's that STG. He's just contesting, trying to take this to over to East Road.
Yeah, you take a step back, you look at this game now and the score in the middle. Yeah. You've got to respect what Epsilon have done and how they're coming back into this. Kenny on the flank with a big double. There's still 9 seconds. It's going to put TK just about 11, maybe 12 points here on East Road. Will do it. Epsilon, they're still trailing. They're not in a good position. Kenny is on 73 interactions at 41 and 32 right here. And credit to Epsilon, they've really pushed TK on this.
Yeah, no, they have, but he saw Reedy's ankle right there. Oh, Reedy absolutely destroys Kenny right there. Hockey's able to find 2, and this one is not over just yet. Epsilon, they are fighting back. There was a 100-point lead at one point for TK. They're trying to find accuracy. That's a big kill, though. He gets a glide bomb. A nice shot on the Hockey with that machine pistol. Reedy did clean him up. A solid hold, but Pharaoh with that double nade.
Double nade will take him off it. An accuracy may invest this glide bomb here just to get full control. Reedy, a big double as well, because now the time is ticking, not only on the hard point as well, but you see there 54 seconds of contention left. I wonder what Epsilon are thinking about here, because with 15 seconds on East Road, you've got to get over to Cave, but you can't give up this scrap time. 3 kills could come in accuracy. Trying to close it here out on East Road. That is 4 down, and Pharaoh is in the perfect position to block anything. But a double nade comes in. We're going to go to Cave.
Yeah, we're going to go to Cave, but there's 3 players on TK on this hill. Can number 7 get there? That's Vortex. He's going to be the key player. He wins 1 gunfight. He gets a second as well. So Vortex able to get 2, but that may not be enough as Pharaoh is on the hill, and that's going to do it. Game 1 over to TK.
Wow, a lot closer than I think we both expected there, Joe. Yeah. TK, you know, strong start. We saw Epsilon come back into it with a strong rotation from Ruins over to Bunker, and that was kind of the 3rd time, the 3rd rotation. So the air did adapt. They kind of stepped it up, and maybe, just maybe, Epsilon showing signs of light. But at the end of the day, it's a TKW and an Epsilon loss for map 1 here as we go into Search and Destroy. I think TK will look at themselves and think, guys, we didn't play that great.
No, they definitely did not. I think they know that. They were discussing some things, some bit of frustration. You could see accuracy there, like, hey, this is how we were set up. This is what we should have been doing. It is a map win, but yeah, they were up 100 points. They probably felt like they should have crushed Epsilon, but Epsilon, you know, one of their better hard points that we've seen.
Yeah, most definitely. However, we're going to be going into Search and Destroy. Maybe we'll see another hard point going forward if Epsilon can maybe steal the CTF or the Search and Destroy. Epsilon's captured the flag. It's not been terrible. You know, these guys have been okay. I don't remember the map pool set, but if it's Flag Tower,
yeah, Flag Tower,
that's a positive. Anything else, I'd be worried. But these guys, they've got to take away the positives from that Search and Destroy.
It is Flag Tower.
It is Flag Tower, okay. I mean, still, you're playing Team Kaliber, but USS Texas coming up. What are your thoughts on that one, Joe?
Again, I'm looking at this map set. This could be everything and anything that TK wanted. They are very good at St. Marie Dumont Search and Destroy. They are very good at Gibraltar Hardpoint. They are very good at USS Texas. Flag Tower, yeah, they're pretty solid as well. Like, this is I think a perfect map set for TK.
The one thing that's sticking out to me is these are not the usual maps Epsilon play, and whether they've just gone into it and gone, right, our normal maps aren't working, let's just try some others. You know, probably not the best time to do it against a squad like TK, but they're putting their all into it. They're trying to obviously come out with something here.
Well, if TK did the old TK veto, which is just veto London Docks everything, then that is what Epsilon plays. They play London Docks Hardpoint. They play London Docks Search and Destroy. At times, they've played London Docks CTF. You don't want to play TK on Arden 4 CTF, so you get Flag Tower again.
Yeah.
Then they're at sort of a position where, what do we want to play? It seems like Epsilon maybe got rid of a couple Valkyries, and this is the map set that we ended up with.
Well, the bandana is back for Kenny, and That sub, it's disgusting at times.
He's so fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those players where, even if you're not a fan of the team, of Team Kaliber, he's always a player which you will be entertained. He's going to be someone where you're going to go, I can see that this player is a very, very skilled individual. The reflexes, the heads-up play, the smarts, the intelligence is the real deal. And I think that was a question at the start of World War II. Is he the real deal when he had such a stellar performance? We most certainly can confirm he is.
Yes, he is. Confirmed. Real deal. Here we go, though. TK, they're up 1-0 in the series. If you're just joining us, game number 1. TK had a early big lead, but Epsilon fought back, but TK were able to close it out about 250 to 210 on Arden for his hard point. USS Texas, this was the one map that TK, they had some success on early in week 1. I believe they won 2 game 5s on this map, so... And then I think they ended up playing Red Reserve on it. Red Reserve were able to shut them down, so they're on like 2-1. But we know at times they can have a double sniper setup, just a lot of different things. You have to keep your eyes on Pharaoh. He loves to find openings, especially on that B Street.
Okay, so no sniper for the hands of Epsilon. It looks like pretty basic stuff for TK2. Let's see how map, or should I say round 1 plays out. Fast and aggressive here from TK, but so from Epsilon.
Yeah.
It's going to be first blood as Hawkeye hits the deck, and Vortex does answer back here, but full map control in favor of TK right now.
Just look at Pharaoh. This is what he does. As soon as I talk about that B Street hit, Pharaoh finds the opening. Already with 2 kills on the round. He's going to get flanked, though. There's one Epsilon player going behind him. That was Dave. He worked through bottom of the ship. There's Kenny, though, for the trade. And just like that, it's a 1v1, Enable versus Vortex.
50 seconds. Plenty of time here for Vortex. He does have the bomb. Now they've both been spotted. I think Enable might have got away with this one.
Does he see him? Is he able to see him? Oh, Vortex almost got away. If he plants on the backside, that's a free plant. He decides to plant it for, well, right in the middle. And that gives Enable just the chance. Great job by Enable. He flanked early on. As soon as Pharaoh put pressure on B, Enable pushed up through A. So a solid round 1 from TK.
Would have been nice for Epsilon to maybe get off on the right foot here, but it doesn't work out that way. No snipers once again here. Interesting, because some teams, like you said, will run 2. Pharaoh's now pulled it out. So you do have one in the hands of TK. See what he's looking at here.
Yep, I was saying he noticed the timing. He knows that Dave could have pushed up, so he's just watching it. Dave is pretty close to that B bomb. The rest of Epsilon looks like they're inside a ship. There we go. Pharaoh able to find Dave. That's just the S&D awareness that he has. It's disgusting.
Such a big asset to a team like Team Kaliber. We've known, obviously, Accuracy and Kenny be dominant on Search and Destroy. Enable, it seems to be rubbing off on him as well. So you're just running into trouble at this point. Accuracy.
That's easy.
1 by 1 here, and now leaves Hawkeye in a 1v4. He's going to find the first, but that's all he's going to find as TK secure round number 2 here in map number 2. As they get ever so, or a little bit closer here to that victory. We saw, obviously, the series before. Red Reserve, they went 5-0 down against EG. They started to crawl their way back into it, but these teams, obviously, now very familiar with the maps, the modes. They know every single strategy there is to know. And Pharaoh coming off with the first blood there with the sniper was key, really. Yeah,
and that's his second one on the game already. And, as you said, he's a key player for TK. Such a valuable asset in Search and Destroy. We'll see. There's a double sniper setup from TK. So you have Kenny and Pharaoh running it. Smoke goes down for Epsilon. Can Kenny find anything? No, but you can see the positioning that Epsilon has. There goes the nade. Well, finds Reedy. The one good thing for Epsilon is Vortex is pushed up.
Bomb's not in the greatest position. Dave trying to catch anyone pushing forward here, but right now, so far, so good for TK. A third first blood once again.
This is surprising as well, right? Like, Reedy's kind of the sniper that we've seen, at least from Epsilon. We haven't seen Dave mess with it a couple of times, and Pharaoh wins that one.
Oh, strong reflexes. Doesn't mess around. Pharaoh finds himself on a 2-kill streak. Kenny Asty goes down. He was the sniper towards A. Pharaoh answers back. Another kill for this Search and Destroy beast that is Pharaoh.
Yeah, just a clean map so far for TK. finding the first bloods. Pharaoh's winning all the duels that he needs to. And just like that, like Epsilon are in such a tough hole already. Down 0-3, how are they going to bounce back?
Must be so demoralizing, not only kind of losing maps in the fashion that they did, but then going into a search and destroy and just losing round after round after round. Now 3-0 down here to TK. Cycling through those players, seeing what everyone's using. Pharaoh's still rocking the sniper.
Looks like Dave is still sniping on the side of Epsilon. Yep, just watching that angle. You have one player on Epsilon watching the A-Crush. You have a couple of players down low. Vortex able to find Pharaoh. Pharaoh a little bit too confident. Pokes on out. Vortex is able to see him from the bottom doorway. Enable heat crosses. There's the bomb carrier. There's one nade that goes down. So they're going to throw a smoke sooner or later. And he's either going to go for it or just use it to bait out nades. We'll see how many come. There we go. Vortex just throwing another. Now they will know there's nothing out, and I like that play from Reedy to push up.
Reedy jumps on in, jumps on out. Now he's been spotted, he's been tagged, and Dave, a big sniper play from the back there. We'll find a second, and Dave's starting to heat up now. His accuracy will hit the deck, and Kenny now in a 1v4. And Epsilon should be able to close this one out. The bomb they know is towards the A-bomb site. Kenny unfortunately can't jump off the map this time. But he doesn't need to. The bomb's not down or anything like that for either side.
I give Dave another one.
Lines it up and Kenny just beams him. Finds the second. 7 seconds. Don't do it. Surely.
Say, someone just run away?
No way.
Third as well. Yeah, the last guy ran away, thankfully.
I was checking that mini-map so quick for the final 3 seconds, but you're saying don't give Dave another one. Epsilon just gave Kenny 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kenny stayed alive as well, so working for some streaks, but thank God Hockey made the heads-up play to just go to the other side of the ship.
I'm out, boys. You can feed him 3. I'm heading over to B. 3-kill streak for Kenny.
See what Epsilon can do on offense. Kenny with the stun, he's able to know a couple are towards that A site, but Dave's still sniping. Very slow round from Epsilon. There's one smoke down at A. Pharaoh's going to be the first guy that throws a nade.
Vortex is actually going to push this here, it looks like. No, just backing off. 60 seconds still left on the clock here. Starting to dwindle away, though. Someone needs to make a play. Who's going to make the first blood? It's 3-1 right now in first bloods to TK. And Pharaoh is going to find his
just always where he needs to be.
Great.
Bomb is going down as Dave does find Kenny. And look, dude, like this is just ridiculous to watch. Wherever he aims, there's somebody. Now you have a 2v1 for Dave. He does have that sniper rifle. But yeah, guess who's hunting him down? It's Pharaoh, but Dave wins that. Now Mason a 1v1. Accuracy versus Dave. Dave pulls out the pistol. Knows the pressure could be there. Accuracy puts some shots into him. He's going to back on up. Still not able to find that kill.
He's hopped it.
Yeah, Accuracy's going to get on that bomb, but it looks like Dave is going to get it in time. He should be able to. No! Accuracy crouched! Oh, no. Accuracy crouched at the perfect time, and they win that round.
Dave hesitated too.
Oh, he did hesitate.
Like, the reaction to get the snipe on Pharaoh is, like, godlike. But then the reaction to shoot a person defusing bomb was, like, a sloth.
I don't know if he's
That's
like, hey,
so
I'm here. Yeah.
Like, let's just watch it again.
Right, so he stops there. That's 1 second. And then he just, like, stops there again. I don't... Did he not see him? Like, I don't... Yeah.
Oh, difficult.
And Accuracy was just playing the bomb angle as soon as he saw him, just prone. And well, right back into round number 6, and 3 are dead on Epsilon. Didn't miss much, yes.
We just jump back on board and it's like, okay, Dave, try it. Try again.
Try again, Dave.
Here we go. This time he's got to kill 3 and defuse the bomb.
Ah, misses that snipe. Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, that's a difficult one. I don't know why I found that so funny.
I don't either, but I love it.
Here we go. That round's done. Let's jump into another one here.
Another replay, maybe? Let's just do it again. It's like the magical replay.
Oh. Frustration for Epsilon. Time and time again.
Yeah, it definitely has to suck to, like, you know.
I know the players individually, and, you know, outside the game, sometimes we hang out, and it's just like, yeah, we're 0-2 this week, and it's like, oh, now we're 0-4, and I feel like next time I hang out with them, it's, oh, now we're 0-6, and it's just like, I just want them to get a win just for...
Well, see you at Anaheim when I'm 0-7. Well, Kenny, he gets first blooded, but the trades are there. There's accuracy, there's enable, and there's enable again. Just like that was another 1v3. Hockey, he finds a kill.
It's just the same over and over again, Joe. Sometimes I feel like Epsilon, they just need to think, okay, well, X isn't working, Y is not working,
well, that
Z's not working. Let's all four just rush bottom mid. Like,
I don't know,
just nothing seems to work.
They can.
And credit to
their shots are pretty good. It's just.
That's it. You know, when Hawkeye first kind of burst on the scene, not to distract you from this 1v1 here, but. Okay.
Ooh, a nice little. Well, that was a nice little 1v3, I believe, from Hockey. So, there you go. He's feeling himself.
It actually was, yeah. So my apologies for that one. I kind of wrote them off it.
Oh, it's fine.
It's really kind of frustrating for these guys and to kind of be constantly fighting from behind. But nevertheless, they found themselves around.
I mean, at this point, though, you're in a tough division. You play some of the best teams in the world 3 to 4 times a week. You may as well just take this as practice for, because you're not making playoffs. Just not.
Yeah.
Not making playoffs. You may as well just take this practice for Anaheim and Champs. They have a spot at Anaheim. They have a spot at Champs. At some point, they have to perform a little bit better.
I tell you what, if Champs is that time and Epsilon just come out and just,
that'd be awesome.
I'd love to see it. I'm sure the boys of Epsilon would as well.
This time last year, they got top 3 at Anaheim.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
As I was saying before, I think before Hawkeye got the 1v3, Hawkeye and Vortex were 2 players which were so young into Black Ops 3, but they were nuts.
Yeah.
They were nuts at their reflexes, their shot was incredible, and they just don't seem to have kind of carried that over. And, you know, they're not bad by any means, but the sheer competition, not in Division A and Division B, but just globally is insane. It's actually insane of how good teams actually are now. So, yes, these guys are, you know, in a certain situation in Europe and find themselves in the Pro League, but you're always going to have that team that simply aren't as good. Oh,
Dave missed a snipe. So did Farrell. Reedy, he's able to get another one. He finds 2. Stops that bomb plant. Make it 3 from Reedy. Kenny, he's the last guy left. So a couple of rounds in a row for Epsilon as they're fighting back. And that's just it. Once again, it seems they make proper adjustments, but it was too late. It was 5-1.
Yeah, Reedy's movement around that bomb site was perfect as well. Picks up 2, kind of the way he rotates back around, knowing where the players were. Finally, we get a smile.
Nice little Dave smile. Everybody loves that.
Everyone does. It's just good to see something from them because, again, kind of knowing them personally, like seeing them just down on themselves constantly, it's not nice.
They just need to have sort of their own goals, and they have to be realistic with one another.
Yep.
That, hey, we're probably not going to win a ton of matches, but let's get the best possible practice we can. Prepare for the biggest tournament of the year.
It's coming up shortly. Anaheim and Champs just around the corner, of course. However, we've got stage 2 to finish off before we see Champs. Playoffs as well, of course, will be, that's going to be nuts, especially with all the roster changes happened, obviously, in the mid-season.
We'll see now, bombs being planted. Enable did spot 1. And there we go. This is a clean round for Epsilon. You get in a 4v4 situation when you have bomb down. Things are looking good. Can he find, if anything? Throws a nice nade. Vortex is going to have to back on down, but there we go. He wins that 1v1, man advantage. Reedy peeks it, gets a little overzealous there. Where's the trade on Enable? Doesn't come in. Reedy has to trade that kill, and then accuracy finds 2. That just can't happen.
How has that just happened? How incredible stuff. Vortex is going to be loud as well. Oh my goodness, you're shooting the wrong way, my friend. And now, the defuse is still coming in. He's got to kill the person defusing. The time ticks away. And we're going to see TK pick up another map. But I tell you what, Epsilon, they gave it their all. They started to fight back a few rounds to the good. And again, it shows potential by any means. Yes, it took a 1v3 of Hawkeye. And it took some solid rounds, like the 3-piece of Reedy as well. But They have skill, they have talent right now. They are being outclassed here in stage 2.
But it's just little things like we just watched. Like Vortex gets pressured by Enable, says, hey, somebody come help me out.
Yeah.
Reedy's on his way, doesn't finish the kill, loses the gunfight. Then Vortex loses the gunfight. Then bottom ship where Accuracy has an STG. They lose 2 1v1s.
Simply not good enough. TK 2-0 up in the series. They'll be looking to close things out on CTF. However, Epsilon is Flak Tower. They've won it a couple of times already here. Can they do one over on TK? Push this to a map 4. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Epsilon 2-0 down here versus TK. However, map 1 closer than you probably would have thought here. And Search and Destroy, they started to make a comeback. We saw 3 pieces from Reedy. We saw a 1v3 from Hawkey, but it doesn't matter. It's still 0-2. We're going into a map and mode which is the only map and mode combination which Epsilon's actually positive at, which is Flak Tower CTF. So we're going to give them that. We're going to hopefully see that Gibraltar's hard point as long as Epsilon can fire something up here on Flak Tower. But TK, you know, it's not a particularly poor map for these guys either.
No, definitely not. This is one that TK's been playing from the start, but it looks like we're going to have a bit of a reset here as Hawkey. No, I mean, obviously we know he's not trying to kill his teammates off the start. So.
Wrong one, Hawkeye. Wrong one, accuracy. We got to bring it on back here. Just taking the beautiful sights of Flag Tower. That 15-footer on top there.
Yeah, we took a nice tour of it last night at the Pro League Challenge. If you missed that, you missed a lot of fun times with Phil and myself.
The Pro League Challenge, always interesting. You see these amateurs obviously going up against the pros and pushing them. It's always great. Yesterday we saw Envy obviously coming out on top. Enigma 6, of course. Shout out to those guys making their mark here on the CWL. Not necessarily the Pro League, but of course they're fighting their way in step by step, if you like. But Enable, actually, Kenny and Pharaoh, so far so good. They're 2-0 in the lead, and I think this is a day where they come in and they're just like, we need to get the 3-0. It's not even about throwing a map. It's about getting that 3-0, making sure the map counts better. Thinking about obviously the future and going into playoffs, these guys will be good in for that top 4 spot.
No, definitely so. And I went to the back. I saw TK screaming earlier against Echo Fox, I believe. So just always putting in the time, right? They know the opportunity. This may be one of their lighter days where they're just having one game against Epsilon. Some teams may have just slacked off, showed up a little bit before the match, half hour before the match, warmed up against some bots, got on the stage. TK took it a different way. They say, you know what, we gotta make the best of this time, continue to get better, continue to improve as time goes goes on. So you love to see that from TK.
Okay, now we're gonna start it for real.
This is the real Flag Tower.
This is the real Flag Tower. It's the real CTF and the real Anaheim is only.
Phil, you know where we're going?
Dallas.
Anaheim, wrong.
Nearly. I always mess it up.
Phil,
MLG.
you know where you get your tickets?
Dallas.
MLG.com/CWL Anaheim. I'm going to be there. You going to be there?
I might be in Dallas by the sounds of it. Someone booked me a flight to Dallas. I think they're trying to get rid of me. But no, Anaheim, June 15th through 17th. Be there. It's always fun. My favorite major by far. And then just around the corner, we got more Stage 2, more playoffs, more champs. But right now, it's Epsilon VTK's Flag Tower CTF. Let's jump on board with none other than Dave. He's been the shining star.
Hey, he's got the STG out, so I'm feeling good. Really, though, he's able to win one, and he's going to put pressure on TK. That forces accuracy to back up. He's got a lot to deal with, though. Yeah, that guy spawns up. That was Enable. Nice little Reedy sandwich right there.
Ambitious, but you know what? He saw the flag. He thought,
hey, we'll go for it.
Let's get it.
Well, there's a couple of kills, and those are the chances that, I mean, sometimes they work out in your favor. Pharaoh, though, has been alive this entire time. He's going to get a kill. It's his time to try and get a pull.
Can they get this out? Pharaoh finds one. Now running away. Just the kills that need to go down. Luckily, is Dave falls. Hawk is the last one, though. Middle map. Can he get into this lower AA gun? Yes, he can. Joe right now has his head, his hands in...
All right.
His head in his hands.
We're a minute in, 1-0 to TK. But listen, let's talk about this, Phil, right?
Let's talk about it, Joe.
Pharaoh was alive for 30 seconds. All of Epsilon spawn up in their base. They know Pharaoh is probably in their proximity.
Do they know, though?
They should know, Phil. He didn't die the entire time.
They should. Is
Pharaoh gets one kill and just runs at the flag.
Now,
like, you know he's there. Just play defensively. Like, come on, please.
That's what I genuinely think, because we know that they've got the skill, but it's like they just didn't know that Pharaoh was there. Or it's like we jump into a team comm with someone, and it's like, oh, yeah, we're looking for scraps. We're looking for scraps. Scraps is OE'd, or, you know. I don't know if we see that from Epsilon.
Well,
Pharaoh's...
he hasn't died yet. We're 2 minutes into the game. He's hitting full streaks. He's got 2 flags already. What more do you want from the guy? A perfect start for TK. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Well, Epsilon, they're 2-1 on this map mode. It's looking likely to be 2-2. However, 3 minutes left. We'll have to see what they can do.
God bless you.
Don't know what you're talking about.
You just sneezed.
The reason for a cough button, Joey, so I can sneeze and no one will ever know.
Yeah, but I gotta be polite.
TK, we need them to be polite right now, because this is no mercy.
Yeah, Enable, he found 2. They're gonna push up. You can see the right. TK just taking it time by time, making sure nobody's sneaking by them. Starting to push up. Here comes that 4-on-4. Great first one by Reedy. But here we go. This is what they gotta deal with. They gotta deal with planes, with guns. Well, that only picks up 1, but here comes the push from Kenny.
Could have been a lot worse. Pharaoh actually gets taken down by his teammate. Kenny and Vortex.
Could it be worse?
Exchange blows. Oh my goodness, not what you want, Dave. He needs to find a kill. He's not going to. And right now, that flag's going to run away into the hands of Team Kaliber.
Nice
Reedy. Nice snapshot, you're right there. Just find Kenny, but Kenny with the cover of the little wooden blocks there. And it's going to be 3-0. And there's still 2 minutes. This is Flag Tower, by the way. What, you know, a map which we see sometimes end 0-0, 1-0.
No, and I think some of Epsilon's wins, it was like 1-0, like 2-1. It was very low scoring. They're typically a team who, they make people mad. I remember it was the Red Reserve series where Red Reserve lost it, and they were like, man, Epsilon just played a very weird, slow style, and it ticked us off, and they were able to win it. And that's what's confusing me about this one, because already TK are just taking it to them.
Yeah, and every time they spawn up, they're pushing into the power positions. I think the shot of Kenny right now is very hard to match. Again, just 10 kills already is kind of crazy. Still 2 streaks in the hands of Pharaoh.
Did Pharaoh not see that guy?
I think he did. I don't think Dave saw him, though.
Oh, wow. Nice win by Dave. Pharaoh needed one more bullet right there. Hockey's able to win one with that bar. You saw the power of the bar. That thing just makes your gun fly up.
That's my gun. When I'm playing, I'm using the bar.
Really?
Yep. I don't even aim it in. No matter the range, Joe.
All right.
That's why I'm sat here talking about these pro players. Of course, TK 3-0 to the good. 40 seconds left, and Hawkey's found himself on a 3-kill streak. He's maybe trying to get himself a score streak, but not going to happen here as Kenny is going to eliminate him, and we're going to see things just slow down here again. Another TK attack, but it doesn't look that threatening.
No, just when you say that, Kenny finds 2. They do have streaks to work with. They may try to invest one to get another flag, but yeah, it's just accuracy now. Pharaoh's going to make sure there's nothing in his base. It looks like one player, that's Vortex, may try and push up, but he gets cut down. Still have accuracy on the side of Epsilon. He's staying alive. Okay, finally gets cleaned up. But should be 3-0 TK at the half.
Double digits for Pharaoh, accuracy and Kenny. All of Epsilon still on single. Simply outslayed, played, outsmarted, and it's difficult because, again, you go into a second half where you're like, okay, yes, we need 3 flags, but, you know, even if we get a flag out, you know, the streak's going to come down on us. It's going to be very, very difficult for Epsilon to push this to a map number 4. But, you know, the positives to take from this is, you know, TK, they're looking strong, they're looking good, and this can set themselves up nicely for the rest of the week.
Definitely can. See now, what can Epsilon do? Is there any magic for them to work with? Dave using the start with that STG. He's able to spot 1. Kenny already with 2 kills. Like, he's just playing ridiculous right now, and he's gonna just go straight for the flag. May find the last one. Good 2-piece by Vortex. But TK, they still have mid-map control.
Nice coordination from Vortex by the AA gun there. He's gonna be finally taken out by accuracy as he's gonna throw a grenade right over the top, but the things that are picking up the kills is actually his weapon. Oh, and Abel will be shut down again by the bar off Hawkey. Maybe a time for a streak, an artillery barrage at the right time here could be crucial, but do they need it? Kenny, again, how many doubles has he picked
He
up?
almost just had a triple as well. Like, he is just having a great time on this map, I think, throughout this entire match. If you look at map 1, he had about 42 kills, around 70 engagements on that Arden Forest. He is not slowed down one bit. As Dave, he's trying to work something on the left side of this map. Great timing there, able to find Kenny, and he can go. He knows that the rest of TK are probably pushed up. He's gonna need a flag pull as Hawkey and Vortex do find him. The last player is chasing him. That's accuracy, and this should be a flag for Epsilon. But there are streaks on the side of TK.
TK.
Yeah, they're just gonna give it up.
Choosing just to let them have that one.
And that's honestly how Epsilon have been getting their flags on this map. It's just plays like that. Like,
1 kill.
yeah, 1 kill. They go for the pull. Then they collapse on the rest of them. So Epsilon fight back. They do get 1, but you can see Enable. Look where he's got. He's in a very good position. So there are a couple of Epsilon members at the top gun. Can he able to find 1? Some shots in his back. Finds another. Dave, though. He's going to get blown up by a bomb. Never mind. Accuracy's going to get him.
Oh,
but Reedy. Yeah, nice shot
nice
from Reedy.
spawn. Right in the middle there. He just peeks out. He must have been weak. 1 or 2 bullets did the job. Flag return, but with 3 minutes left on the clock, Epsilon can't just keep trading things out. They need to stop picking up kills. They need to stop pushing forward. And TK, they're making it impossible for them right here.
See now Epsilon, yep. I was gonna say Vortex is starting to push up, but Kenny once again has found 2. And now it's a 1v1 for this flag as Enable just got to the base. Epsilon are playing a little bit desperate. They have to. He doesn't turn. He doesn't see him. Oh, he pre-fires a corner, but Aki with the bar can't find the second. TK, that should be a 4th flag for them.
Yeah, nice pass over to Pharaoh there. Enable does finally fall. But overall, good accuracy. Positive 8 now. I can't even finish my sentence, and he's picking up more kills. Kenny, positive 10. Just the assault rifles dominating here. I will say as well, Pharaoh, he's been great. He was the catalyst to kind of kick things off. He was the one who got the streaks. He's the one who got the first flag. So credit to him as well as Enable. Pulls another flag. Back and forth. Finally goes down. But again, with 2 minutes now on the clock, still with score streaks in hand, TK, they can sit back, relax, pad the stats, and have some fun.
Definitely so. So, Phil, up next, you got FaZe Echo Fox. What you thinking about that one?
Well, interesting question, actually. Before the day, I predicted FaZe to go 2-0.
Yeah?
And,
your predictions haven't been doing too well, though.
No, they haven't, but this day is, it's been okay so far. I think, including this one, I'll be 3-1.
So, would you pick Red Reserve over EG?
Yeah.
They lost that one.
Yeah, I predicted Red to lose every series. They've won every series. As soon as I predict them to win a series, they lose. Lol.
Wait, so you predicted Red to lose every series?
Yeah, from the first 3 games that they played.
Except for Epsilon, I'm imagining.
Oh yeah, that one.
Okay, so the other 2, though, you thought Red Reserve was going to lose?
Yeah, I think who did they play? They played TK week 1, so I thought TK would beat Red. They played Splice. I think it was Splice, yeah. And I picked Splice over Red Reserve. I thought the new additions and the swaps and roster changes, I thought Splice may come out on top. How wrong was I?
Pretty wrong.
Yeah, pretty wrong. Like out of 10, 10 out of 10.
Maybe like an 8. There were some close games.
If you take Epsilon out of my predictions,
the TK was a game 5.
It was, you're right.
And while the Splice was a 3-0, it was a very close 3-0. But I'm excited about this next match because I just feel...
Who'd you go for?
I don't know yet.
See, I made my predictions at the start of the day. I went FaZe 2-0. I've got full faith in
I think FaZe just has to bring it back. But this is the day to bring it back to the 3. But with 15 seconds left in this game, number 3, TK, they're going to close this one out 3-0 behind some great performances from the duo, Accuracy and Kenny. And TK, they take this 3-0. They look very comfortable. What are they, 4-1? Are they 3-1?
We'll have to check the standings for that one. But as Accuracy picks up a nice 3-piece at the end, it's almost giggles on the main stage for them, as we're going to see them go over. Fist bumps all around for the guys on TK and also Epsilon. But another tough loss for Epsilon here in the Pro League. And history just starting to repeat itself now. And you've got to start to look again to the future, who they play next, how they can research, what they can do. One more game obviously coming up against... one more game after this, which is FaZe going up against Echo Fox. Just discussing that towards the end with Joe. It'll be interesting to see and hear from the analyst. But talking about this and rounding out this series, I'm going to kind of steer away from Epsilon, go to TK and kind of take the positives from that. Do you kind of have TK being able to... make playoffs? Are they in your top 4?
No, they definitely are. I think just what I've seen so far from TK has been great. I think Enable fits in well in a game mode they were struggling at times in CTF, and then also just the slaying that he can bring in Hardpoint. The one question to me will be Search and Destroy, and that's just due to Enable. I think the other 3 players are great on TK. Obviously, Texas is one of their better maps, so I think if you are playing against TK, you should probably get rid of that or St. Marie. But yeah, I think as long as they can win one Search and Destroy in a best of 5, I think they're strong enough in respawn to take a series against the best in the world.
Okay, well, Epsilon TK, get off that main stage. We've got another game coming up for you here. It's going to be Echo Fox versus FaZe. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with game number 5.
If you watched that last series on a TCL television, you just watched Epsilon get smoked in 4K. Another 3-0, and folks, we are back to break down all of the action. My name is Rich Gamble, and I'm joined on the desk by Revan and Nameless. And honestly, guys, I feel like every time we've got back to the desk today, Nameless, it has been a 3-0. We've had 2 3-1s, everything else a 3-0. Let's start with TK. TK all day. What were they able to do here, Nameless?
I blinked and the series was over. You know, TK played amazing. Epsilon played like Epsilon, and it was a quick one. You know, TK showing what they can do, separate themselves from, you know, the lower tier teams in this division, and just doing their work. That was an easy match for them. No sweat off their back at all.
I definitely, you know, the scoreboard's going to reflect just that, Revan.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, coming into this one, TK were the heavy favorites. They're a couple tiers above Epsilon, and I like to compare Epsilon to like the GGA Orange team we have in North America. I mean, obviously Epsilon, they're better than the rest of the European amateur teams that are out there, but when it comes to playing against some of the other top talent that we have here in North America, they just fall a little bit short, and it feels like we're kind of bashing them a little bit, but it's just the situation they're in right now. Obviously, they're the weakest team in the division, and they just can't find any success. It's rough.
The question is, when will they, right? I think that we talked about teams like even like Splice, right, that had their slow starts. They were able to start getting some better practice already. They're here, their roster's starting to gel. Maybe something like that can happen to Epsilon, but it's definitely not happening today. The chance for that is already in the rearview mirror, but I do want to start thinking right now kind of about the rest of the day. We got one more